Hey y'all, and welcome to my channel. I thought for this video we would just go ahead and get straight to the number one most popular question that I get on a regular basis, so I expect it to be the most common question I'm going to be immediately asked on this channel, and that is, why do I have no hair? So this video is, going to be all about my bald story. It's my bald story. So July of 2013, my son came to me and said to me, hey mom, you have a bald spot on your head. And I was just, whatever. You know, it was just the way my hair was. I just thought, the way my hair was pulled up, maybe it was half up, half down. I don't know. I was just thinking it was just a weird way that my hair was parted. I didn't think anything of it. I kind of blew it off. And a few weeks later, he came to me and he said, Mom, that spot's still there and it looks like it's getting bigger. So I went and I looked in the mirror and it was about the size of a dime. No big deal. I was like, oh, whatever. Maybe I pulled it out or something. Maybe it got stuck in my bandana. Maybe it got ripped out in a ponytail. Maybe I was brushing aggressively. I don't know. So a few weeks later, we noticed that it has about doubled in size. It's about the size of a quarter. And at this point, I called the doctor's office and explained to them what is going on. And I'm pretty sure they get me in right away, and they look at it, and the doctor says that it could be stress, it could be, thyroid, it could be a lot of different things. So the first thing he wanted to do was run some blood work. So I went and I got the blood work done. We joked a little bit that it could be the stress from all of the kids that I had, being a mom and all that, just ha ha ha. So, although I will say I did have 5 children at the time. That's a story for another time. We'll get there. I mean, I have 5 children now, but I was like 5 in my house. Again, long story. Long story. Anyway, let's stick to this one. I can get distracted easily. So all of my blood work came back fine. I went back in 2 weeks later. All of my blood work came back fine, and the spot had actually grown a little bit just in the time since I had last seen the doctor. So he sent me to the dermatologist. That was the end of September that he recommended I go to the dermatologist. Excuse me. And I already had a feeling that I knew what it was. I'd gone to beauty school. We had learned about different illnesses that can cause your hair to fall out. I had an idea of what I thought it was, but I couldn't be sure. I talked about I had researched a little bit different treatments in that. I had a feeling I might have alopecia, but I couldn't be sure. And I didn't. Everybody else was telling me it's not alopecia. It could be this, it could be that. So when the blood work came back normal, the doctor decided to send me to the dermatologist. When I went to the dermatologist office, I already had set in my mind that I probably wasn't going to want any of the treatments that they had. I did not, I just didn't. By the time I got into the dermatologist office in the middle of October, the spot that had started the size of a dime was now the size of my hand. Right there on the side of my head. And it was the size of my hand. So I went into the dermatologist's office. And it was so bald. It was like, y'all, it was bald. It was just bald. And I could pull my hair, like just to do this. And it was just handfuls, like just handfuls of hair. Just handfuls of hair. I'd get in the shower, I'm washing my hair, and I'm clogging the drain almost just by me washing my hair. forget all the other females in the house, the little girls that we had washing their hair, my hair was falling out like crazy. I was waking up and I had hair on my pillow. I had hair all up in my brush. And I didn't even use a brush very often. I usually just ran my fingers through my hair to comb it. I loved my hair. Like, I took care of my hair. So, although I did abuse my hair a little bit too, I'm not gonna lie, I did. But at this point in my life, I wasn't coloring my hair. I hadn't colored my hair in probably 2 years. Over a year, I hadn't colored my hair. Like, it was all brand new growth. I had stopped coloring my hair. It was long. It was down on my shoulders. So it is really unexpected for it to start falling out. I had always had really pretty hair. So when I went to the dermatologist's office, she ran her hand through my hair. This was in October. And, well, she checked over here. And she said that I definitely have alopecia. That it was rapid spreading. It's active. And there was something else. I can't remember what it was. But it just meant that basically it was and it was widespread. It wasn't just over here. I had some over here too. Like, it was rapid spreading, but it was also like I had multiple spots, because she could take a handful of hair over here and she would get a whole clump of it again. So she offered me creams, but again, it was the size of my hand and my hair was past my shoulders. This is already awkward enough to try and pull back in a ponytail or do anything with. I can't. It's the size of my hand, y'all, okay? I have no hair right here. Like, I couldn't cover that up. I just felt like I didn't have any other options. Everybody's encouraging me to take the treatments, to use the creams, which are a mess, to take the shots. Okay, I would have had to have multiple injections because of how small it is, or how big this was, and how little of an area each injection would work for. I would have had to have multiple injections in the spot. Then I would have had to come back in a few weeks and had more injections. And then a few weeks later, possibly more injections. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll work. Or I could take oral steroids, which, okay, we haven't got this far on my channel yet, but y'all are going to learn. Sometimes I can be a little bit of a bitch, and the last thing I damn need is some oral steroids to make me even worse, okay? I'm crazy enough as it is. I don't need them. And I just wasn't into taking them. Like, it wasn't worth it to me. For me, I didn't need that. I didn't need it. I had already prepared myself. I was ready to shave my head. So I had talked to my family, I talked to my kids, I talked to my husband at the time, and, you know, I talked to each of my kids individually. They were a little bit nervous. My son was totally against it. Oh, I love my son so much. I love all of my children. My son is just a special one. Again, long story, something you'll have to learn about later in life. So, like, I just knew. I mean, they all supported me in whatever decision I was going to make. So I kind of knew what I wanted to do. So my plan was to cut my hair for Halloween, to, okay, take this opportunity to create some sort of Halloween costume around shaving my head. So that year I was a jack-o'-lantern. And I painted, so I came home on October 30th. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got a little bit ahead of myself. Okay? So let me just back it up a little bit, okay? So it, like, the doctor had confirmed everything like mid-October, but I waited until the end of the month to 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 make the steps to officially do it. Um, I was torn emotionally. I kept asking my kids if they were sure. They were not. My son was definitely not. My husband at the time said he just didn't care. I think he might have been a liar, but I don't care now. And whatever. I'm bald and whatever. Again, long story. Let's knock it off on another like distraction thing. So October 30th came, and I was gonna wait until the next day, and then I just for some reason decided, like, I don't know, I went to the store for something, I did something, and I came home and just decided, like, it's time. Now is time. So I went and I divided my hair up, and I had a ponytail on top of my head, and then I divided this into 5 or 6 ponytails. I think I cut one off on myself. And then each of the kids that was in the house at the time, my 3 of my kids and 2 stepchildren at the time, they each took turns with the scissors and cut one of my ponytails off. And then we shaved my head, all around my head, just not up here. So now this is on the 30th. So on the 31st, I'm all shaved around here, and I have this hair up here because, well, wait. Okay, so after we shaved my head and left my little thing up here, okay, and I have all of this hair shaved, I went to look in the mirror. And I had to hold this back, but it was enough that I could, like, see. I could tell, y'all. I could see me. And it was, I can't even describe what I felt like. It was the first time I felt pretty. I didn't need my hair. Like, look at me. Like, I was literally like, dang, girl, you look good. Like, dang, this is okay. I'm okay. I don't have an odd shaped head. Like I'm okay, and I don't need all that hair that all this time I was definitely hiding behind, I think. And there have been times in my life where I was like, I think I want to shave my head, and have talked about it. And other people around me, totally discourage that, and are like, no, you're not doing that. No. Usually a lot of men, oh my lordy. No, you're not cutting your hair. No, you're not shaving your head. Okay. I didn't then, but now, look at me. Since 2013, this has basically been it. Although, I will say, I have tried to grow my, oh wait, let me back up. Okay. So, Halloween, my Halloween costume. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Okay. So, Halloween, I take this, I take this up here, and I tease it into, like, this big stem, so that, and then all of this, my whole head, and then it was orange, and then I put black on my eyes and my nose and my mouth for, like, the jack-o'-lantern face, and then my little stump was green or brown. Did I leave it brown? Might have left it brown. I don't remember if I left it brown or was able to do it green. I don't remember what colors I had at the time, honestly. No, it was still brown, because I remember when I got home from trick-or-treating that night, I was able to shave it all off in one clump, because I had, like, backcombed it so much that it locked together all, It was like a nice little nest, like a bird totally could have laid some eggs in there or something. Um, so yeah, that's the story about the first time I shaved my head. When I washed my face that night and got this, got the stem off and got my shower, like, the water over my bald head just felt amazing. And it was like this. It was cut down like this because this spot was so smooth. It was bald. It was very, very smooth. So alopecia is a condition where the immune system attacks the hair follicles. I have alopecia areata, so mine comes in patches. Now, I'm starting to get some spots like right in through here that are really, really thin, where you can kind of see that the hair follicles, there's just patches where I don't have hair follicles. It's weird. We went to the Carnegie Science Museum one time, and my husband and I put this like thing up to our heads to like look at the hair follicles and your skin and all that up close. And you could see a big difference between his hair follicles all bunched together like this and mine are like this. Like, I got some up here and I got some over here and I got some over here, and they're just, I don't know, you can't really see there, but it's weird. It's weird. I have grown my hair out a few times. I've had my hair down to my chin. Usually I shave this. This is the alopecia awareness ribbon. I usually shave this side of my head and, grow this over here, and it's super cute and that, but that only lasts a short time, and then I start waking up and I'm finding clumps of it on my pillow, or I'm pulling out fists full when I'm getting in the shower again, or it's just everywhere. Like, I just can't, and it gets like emotional after a while, that growing it back in, and I'm committed to growing it. I had short hair for the longest time after having my kids, decided I was going to let it grow. The exact words at the time were, I'm going to let it grow until I get married. Then I went and got married, and then it fell out, and actually it was married again, but again, long story for another time. It just started falling out. And anytime I grow back in, it starts falling out again. And if I'm completely honest, this is when I'm at my happiest. This is when I'm at my most confident. This is when I feel the most pretty. Is when I don't have it anymore. I don't want it. I don't need it. I don't want anything to do with it. It stresses me out. I start to grow it back in. I start thinking about the product I'm going to have to use to get it to do something, to look normal. I wake up like this. I mean, there's some mascara on here. Don't let the face fool you. There's a little bit going on there. But the hair, I wake up like this. Well, every couple of weeks I do have to shave it. But for the most part, this is it. And I'm at my happiest. The wind feels so cool. It feels so cool. I love it when the wind blows over my bald head, or getting in the shower and the water is just running over. Oh my gosh. It feels so good. It feels so good. All right, guys. So that's going to wrap it up. That is my bald story. That is why I am bald. Like I said, I've tried to grow it in. Originally, I said I was going to grow it back. I expected to shave my head, and maybe the alopecia would go away, and if it did go away, I was just going to grow my hair back, and I started to. That was my original plan. I started to grow it back, but apparently my body and God had a different decision, and had decided that gonna fall out again. You gotta back that up and delete that. I thought about growing it out, and then eventually I just realized that it's... Erase that too. I don't even know what to put there. Back it up. This could have ended a long time ago. So, alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thanks for watching. Please go ahead and hit that like button. Please, 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 please. And subscribe. Maybe you want to hear something else from me in the future, you know, like more about alopecia, more about all them kids I got, have. I mean, they're all my kids. They're all my kids. Divorce did not make those kids not my kids. I love those kids. Regardless of how they feel about me, I still love those kids. But anyway, again, that's a different video. Alright guys, have a good night.